People say that buying a cheap Bentley is a bad idea, but nobody says that you can't build a cheap Bentley. See, in the last video, I came up with the idea of instead of buying new fenders, why not try to repair them? And we'd wrap the one in carbon fiber, and then there was a ton of sanding. We did save a ton of money by fixing these fenders. And today, we're gonna be working on the other fender. This thing can't be that hard to build. One work sand completed. Now we can start sanding the fender. Now it's time for the 120 sanding of this, so we can get a good bond, get it to stick.
And for this, I know I'm not going to be dry sanding. I'm actually going to be wet, or not wet sanding, but dry sanding.
Let's get it.
By using the 120 grit sandpaper, I was able to scuff up the surface to create a good bond for the epoxy to sit to so the carbon fiber doesn't separate away from the panel. Then I moved on to mixing up the resin 3-to-1 with the super fast hardener. And then I used some dye coloring to make it so that you can't see behind the carbon fiber because the panel is white. I started by laying the carbon fiber, and this is where I started having a little bit of issues on how it was laying, and then this happened. So the carbon fiber did not go on as planned, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to sand all this off. And I did get a funny reaction this time. I think I mixed, maybe the ratio's wrong, but if you can see right here, this is not good. It does not look good, so I'm kind of glad that the carbon fiber didn't work out, but fortunately I get to do my favorite thing. I get to sand, so I'm gonna get to sanding. Time to start sanding. I started by hand sanding, making sure that the edges are nice and clean. I cut down all the edges in any high spots, but that was taking so long that I ended up busting out the DA and ripping through it a lot faster. Let's face it, sanding's a lot of fun. This all sanded. It's pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think that it'll do the job on sticking. But that's all sanded for now. And yes, it is very dusty. But one thing I do want to do is these right here are from that car. I'm gonna strip these down. I think I'm gonna carbon fiber these just because I have them. It's not gonna hurt anything. I don't have to worry about destroying the ones in the car, but give it a nice little accent to carbon fiber these. So I'm gonna have to disassemble these right now, sand them, and then get them all prepped. By removing the 3 Torx bolts, it allowed the vent to come free, and then from there I started heating up the backside with the torch so I could loosen up the adhesive to pop out the metal surroundings. Now we got everything removed from here. Now we can take and repair this little mark, and sand them all. But first we're gonna sand and fix this. It's a little chip that happened when they're coming out. So we'll fix, sand, and get ready to prep. Just like the fender, I started by sanding everything so it's nice and flat with the 120 grit sandpaper to make sure that I get a nice, good adhesion when laying the epoxy down. And then I took a thin layer of body filler and filled in all the cracks and sanded off all the excess so that it was nice and flat. Hey, we got our carbon fiber cut. Unfortunately, I guess I forgot to hit record, but I do tape off the sides when you cut it because it helps it from pulling or stretching. We did get a little bit, make it look a little bit better, but yes. And then we just gotta clean these up, paint them, wait for 2 hours, or not paint them, but put epoxy down on them, wait a couple hours, and then lay the carbon fiber. So what's really nice about this is that it actually sits up because it has those little tabs, so. Exact same process as what it was for the fender. Laying epoxy, then laying carbon fiber, and gently patting it down so that we do not get any imperfections in the carbon fiber.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
But now, we gotta work on the fender, which is right here. So we're gonna lay the fender. All we have to do is really clean this up. Lay coat, wait 2 hours, throw carbon fiber, and then put the coat over it, wait another 8 hours. But this is looking absolutely epic. Super pumped. I'm so glad that this is working out, but let's clean this up. Let's, yeah.
Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip.
so I don't make this. So I don't make the same mistake as I did last time because it didn't work out the best. And you know, this time I want to lay this thing right. I want to make this thing look really good. I have somebody helping me. My beautiful wife is going to help me lay this. So let's lay this carbon fiber because I think that it's ready. Let's do it. Now we gotta wait 8 hours. So once that's done, everything, this, that, everything could be sanded. So 8 hours on the clock. Okay, it's been 8 hours later and these things are looking absolutely epic. I'm super pumped. This is gonna look so good inside there. So we can start sanding these up, trimming them out, sanding them up. Tell it gets very, very dusty doing that. We start cutting out these center pieces and then we're gonna hop over and start trimming this out. So yeah, let's get to trimming these out. It's gonna look epic, dude. Just trust me. This is gonna look totally epic. I'm pumped about this. And I think I might end up doing a lot more in the car if this turns out pretty good. So let's hop in here. Let's start cutting these out, sanding it. The reason why is because I want to get a nice clean edge when I do the 3-layer epoxy thing. So yeah, let's start cutting these out. I don't know what my face looks like, but it's probably covered in stuff. But yes, that is very dusty. Now that we got these looking all sweet, now we get to trim out this bad boy. Now that we got it all trimmed out, now we're gonna have to sand this with 100-day grit. Now there is one thing that I did notice while doing this that I would change. You notice right here, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, right here, it pulled up. That's gonna have to be sanded flat. All this is gonna have to be sanded flat. So I laid it the other way, it made a problem for it running, which is kind of a way to like think about it, because it is gonna run to the low spots, but hey, whatever. Now with everything sanded, we can move on to cleaning and laying down the first coat, which is gonna make this thing look absolutely awesome.
Gold leaves, gold strings, gold leaves, I follow only gold dreams. I follow only gold dreams.
Telling you guys, this thing is absolutely epic. Like, I don't know, maybe I just found my new favorite thing to do. I like doing this. The only part I don't like is the sanding part, and I think any of you could understand that. Sanding is, yeah, not the best, but dude, I'm so pumped for this. Like, you guys don't understand how pumped I am. Like, this gets me so excited. And let me know, how far should I go with the carbon fiber? Like, should I'm thinking about getting other interior pieces and doing like all the interior pieces. I think that would be pretty epic. I don't know, maybe I'll do a video on that. But no, probably gonna be some people in the comments saying like, these videos take forever, blah, 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 blah. I get it, I do, I totally understand. Sit for 8 hours, come back tomorrow, and the long process is the same. So, not sure where my thingy went, but I got my spinges. I might work on it tomorrow. I really want to. really want to get a video out for you guys. So, and I just really like doing this stuff. So I think that, you know, I might catch it tomorrow, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. Dude, it looks freaking cool. It looks so freaking